Hello again and welcome back to Big Fun Arts. This is Abigail, and in the last lesson I was showing you how to work with auto shapes in Fireworks CS4. The auto shapes are these crazy great shapes that allow us a great deal of flexibility and designability inside of Fireworks, and I am now going to go ahead and expand on the previous explanation by opening up the auto shapes palette, which is a whole set of pre-made elements that you can drag into your documents and use over and resize and change up. And you can save your own auto shapes, which I'll be showing you how to do in a bit. But in the meantime, there's another palette here to open, Window, and we've got the auto shape properties. So I'm actually going to start with this one, the auto shape properties, and talk with you about, let's go ahead and dock that one inside of the properties inspector, what this all means, and I'll just toss the shapes palette over here to the side for a moment. Using the regular selection tool, I'm clicking on my shape that I created with the auto shape, and I can see its properties, the auto shape properties. And what's great about this is that I can lock or unlock the proportions. Now they're unlocked, and now they're locked. And if they are unlocked, I can hand change or manually change the width and height, and the control of this element is really quite fluid this way. And if you need to make very specific types of edits and you know exactly what you want to do, I suggest you play around with this. It's quite amazing. And you'll also notice that as I slide these sliders, the numbers in these fields change. So it's a really powerful way of making shapes. Each one of these elements has their own set of controls: outer radius, inner radius, segment number, etc. So definitely dive in and try that out. When we are building more complex interface elements, and I take you through the process of actually building some pages, you'll see how these bits and pieces of information come together to allow us to create what we're going to be creating. So I'm going to go ahead and delete some of these objects off this canvas, and I'll just keep that one for now and grab the shapes panel. And you can see in the shapes panel I can go and get more shapes, and if I choose to do this, I'm actually going to be launching the Adobe website and can download Fireworks shapes from the wonderful resources here. The Adobe Exchange is the place where you can explore Adobe tools and find information as well as additional information you might want to know about your products. And I'm going to go over here to the Fireworks Exchange, and when I get this, I can see the downloadable contents that will allow me to extend Fireworks. All kinds of powerful tools for the taking. So we'll come back and talk about this another time. Back to our lesson. I'm going to go ahead and quit the browser there. Back to Fireworks here. And if I take a look inside of this Shapes wing menu again, we just checked out what would happen if we chose Get More Auto Shapes. If I go to the Help menu, actually opens up the browser again, and I'm back at Adobe looking at Online Help System in the exact place where I might need to go. So this is great. Adobe's helping us out, and we can read about how to add new auto shapes to Fireworks. Okay, next, done with that, and back into Fireworks. Let's take a look at a couple of these pre-made auto shapes. I'm going to drag the posable figure out onto my stage here, out onto my canvas. And this guy's pretty neat because you can move his arms and legs and set up little scenarios here. This little jointed person can be super helpful for making storyboards. Just see if I can grab these points here, moving his left hand, and this is the left wrist. Here we've got the left elbow, left shoulder, head. This one here is the waist. Just want to grab it. Getting the whole guy there. Here, moving the foot up and down. See if we can get the left knee out. There we go. Right knee. Now we're flying. And so I think you get the idea. A little posable fun figure here. At this point, going back to the regular properties panel here, let's bring that one to the front. Oops, looks like I lost it there. Let's really bring it to the front. Double click, and here's the regular property inspector. I can change up aspects of the currently selected figure, so I can give it a fatter line. And you'll notice that the solid fill really isn't doing anything because this is just an object based on a line. And I can scale the whole figure as well by clicking and dragging on the corner. So that's one. I'm going to grab one more here and take a look at what we've got. Some talk bubbles. And I can go ahead and drag on that, resize it, move the pointy part, tilt my fella over there. Looks like he has no head. I don't know about that. Well, I'm going to give him a star head here, so I'm going to cut. Grab my star here with the regular selection tool. I'm going to cut it and select my purple person and choose Edit Paste. Command V, if you like key commands on the Mac, that would be Control V on Windows. And my sunny little head comes into the picture, and let's see if I can scale it down and move it. Now I find it really helpful to use the arrow keys when you're moving something on the keyboard, so I'm just moving this around a bit with the arrow keys. Holding the Shift key will let me move my object 10 pixels at a time. And lastly, I think I'll just give this sunny head a different color. In fact, that is going to be the next thing we're going to start talking about, which is fills and strokes in Fireworks. So more detail on that in the next lesson. In the meantime, I'm going to stop, give my man a little purple head, and this is the quick look at auto shapes. We're going to get more into them for the purposes of some interactive design later on down the road. So thanks for joining. Have a great night and have big fun. Bye for now.